Hello everyone, this is Cindy J. I got a new project that I'm doing. It's going to be a cookbook, and if you're interested in learning about Caribbean foods, learning how to cook them, in the cookbook we will entertain Spanish cuisines, Hispanic cuisines, Haitian cuisines, and Jamaican cuisines. And so in this edition today, we're going to be cooking a Jamaican dish, which is brown stewed chicken. We're going to do stewed cabbage, and we're going to do black beans, and white rice. So in this cuisine here, it's pretty much easy, it's simple, and just come along, try it with me. I know it's delicious. I've been eating it for years, and I know you'll love it too. Okay, so first off, we're gonna do our just plain white rice. If you want to make, well, we're making buttery rice. So what you will need is you'll need 4.5 cups of water. So stay tuned. And in this pot here with 4.5 cups of water, you're gonna use a cap size full of oil. It can be whatever oil you want to make it. If you want to do it canola, olive oil, corn oil. I'm using vegetable oil. So, and then, okay, so to get the buttery rice flavor, you're going to add, I would say, just a dash of garlic, and this is garlic powder. You can get this at Aldi's or any of your favorite store. Onion powder, just a little bit of that, and then some salt. You can salt it to your flavoring. I try not to make my food too salty, so I would say if you do about, I want to say like 1 teaspoon of salt, that should be about enough. But if you're using sea salt, you just have to go with the flow and then taste it. And then we're going to do, for the buttery portion of it, you're going to do 1 tablespoon of butter. And you leave that there to simmer and leave it to a boil. And at that point, we will add 3 cups of jasmine rice. You can use any rice that you prefer. It can be regular white rice, but I like jasmine because it's an island thing. So you want jasmine rice. So please stay tuned. Okay, so now that your water has come to a boil, we are going to do, you're going to measure out 3 scoops of white rice. And this one is jasmine rice. I love this brand. So if you're ever at Aldi's, this is an awesome brand. So the key to not making any mushy rice is for every 1.5 cup, you need 1 cup of rice. So in this case, this is 4.5 cups of water. So we're doing 3 cups of rice. All right, so while the rice is cooking, we are going to move on to the next, which is your black beans. We're doing a sauteed black bean sauce. And I'm using Aldi's black beans because they're really low in sodium. And then this is a quick way. The other way would be to just buy black beans and you boil it till it's tender. But for this sake, for a quick dish, we're doing your black beans in a can. And there's nothing wrong with black beans in a can. They're delicious. Okay, here we go. I'm doing 2 cans because we are a household of 4. And also when it comes to island people, we like to do like big pots of meals. This is a meal that you can eat throughout the day, but if you're just doing dinner and you want to have like leftovers, you can, because it will definitely be leftovers. So I do 2 cans of beans. Alright, so we're coming back to pretty much check up on our rice. It's at a medium grade of cooking. You want to bring it down to, I would say not low, but maybe like on my stove, I really can't tell because I have 2 bars before you get to the low. I always put it on the second one, which just brings it down to a little, it's enough to cook it, but it's not so much that it'll burn it at the same time. So you want to put it at a low, just pretty much a low cooking grade. And then now we're moving back to the bean sauce. We've got the black beans. I use garlic powder. You can use 1 teaspoon of that. We're using onions. I use minced onions. I like onions. And most Caribbean dishes, they love onions too. Okay, we're using black pepper. I would say put enough black pepper to the taste, because it's, you know, sparingly. You don't want to do too much. Now, this is what's going to give your beans an extra kick. Not as in spicy, but a boost of flavor. We want to use sazon. This one is from Goya, and it's your I guess they call it coriander, because this is in Spanish. It's pretty much coriander and cilantro. That's the flavor I like, and it gives it a little reddish look, just a little bit, but not so much that it's overbearing. We're gonna stir it all in. And of course you want to add just a cap full of oil. And to top it off, if you guys have bouillon, you can do that. But in my case, we have chicken flavor bouillon powder. It's a whole jar. You get it at Walmart. But I'm using just a little bit. Say 1 teaspoon actually. And we will be back. Okay. We're also going to add to the black beans, we're going to add fresh thyme. You just need a couple of branches, not that much. And we're going to add some bell pepper. And a little bit of onions. as you can see, we lowered the heat on the white rice, so it's almost done. You just want to make sure you bring the heat down a little bit, just a little bit more. And with jasmine rice, what happens is the heat is what cooks. You just keep the lid on and the heat will cook the rice and it'll be cooked to perfection. Now here, I'm just stirring everything I've put into this bean sauce here, and we are going to put a lid on that as well and get that cooking. Okay, so we're back. I cut up some cabbage and I cut up some carrot. Pretty much I'm using one stick of carrot. Now if you check your rice is fully done at this point, and now we've got the beans is coming to a nice boil, so all the seasoning and the flavor will be all mixed in. So with this cabbage, we're moving on to the next dish. So the cabbage, we're going to add some bell peppers, some onions into it. So you're making some stewed cabbage. Okay, so I'm adding bell peppers to it, and I'm gonna add some onions. Just a little bit, not a lot. And what you want to do, you're gonna use 1 cup size full of oil, because the oil is what gives it that buttery consistency. So you want to add your cap size of oil. And then now, here's the flavoring, the secret to the flavoring. We're adding black pepper. You can do pepper to how you feel like you want it. I just put a little bit. It's enough to just sprinkle it just a little bit. Got that. We're going to use just a little bit more onions, onion powder. And then you want to add salt. Okay. So we're going to add some sea salt, and I'm just going by how I see it. That would just be a pinch of salt, if that, and then we're going to add some water. Now, when it comes to the water, you just want to make sure that it's enough to steam boil it, but not so much where it be so mushy and just covering the whole pot. Okay, see, you just put enough you can see it to pretty much steam it, and we're gonna stir it up. All the seasoning, make sure all your seasoning gets all around. And we're gonna put this on the medium. And then we're going to put a top on it. So we're going to steam. We're steaming the vegetables. And in the meantime, look, your bean sauce is ready. Your bean sauce is ready to go. I'm going to let it boil just a little bit more. I like my bell peppers to be just a little tender, not so much that it's crunchy. Okay, so see, at this point, your bean sauce is ready to go. It's totally cooked, so we're turning off the stove on that. Now, in another, I guess in another video, I will show you how I clean my meat. But for today, I'm just going to be back. I'm going to clean my meat, come back, and we're going to put it in a pot so we can do the brown stewed chicken. So far what we've done the white rice, we've done black bean sauce, And then we have our cabbage, which is set to steam, and it'll be ready to go once it's steamed. So I'll be back. I'm going to clean the chicken.
Not yet.
Okay, so at this point here, you guys, I forgot to cut on my light. Alright, so at this point here, we're going to do the brown stew chicken. This is the pot. I put a little bit of oil because we're going to kind of sort of brown it up. And here's my chicken. It's already seasoned. If you stay tuned for another video, I will show you how I clean my chicken and season it. So we're waiting for this pot. Don't worry, my kitchen is being in use with me, my husband, my children. But we're gonna do this pot here. We're waiting for this oil to just come to a nice sizzling boil over here. All right, so our oil is popping and ready to go. I'm just going to go ahead and put everything in there. Because I'm not really trying to brown it up because I have browning sauce already. So, this is going to be real quick, you guys. Alright, so as the oil is kind of pre-cooking this chicken, you can stir it so that it's evenly getting the other pieces of meat. The stove is kind of lopsided. Okay, so I'm going to slice up some onions. You don't need to dice them up. You just need to slice them up. Give them that pear-shaped look. Thick. And we're gonna put some onions in the pot. Oops. That one's kind of too big. Ooh, and you guys, you want to use yellow onion. This is the onion that really makes you cry, makes your eyes burn. But guess what? It gives your food. Onion tastes real good, but this yellow onion really gets the job done. Because all the flavor really gets into it. Now, we're going to use some chopped up bell peppers. And as you can see by now, I like to cut mine in these slices. So I'm not chopping anything up. They're thin slices, but, you know, big enough where you can see them in the pot. All right. And I'm going to add a couple of branches of thyme, because this is an island thing. I'm telling you, every dish almost comes with thyme, especially when it comes to your meats and your beans. And if you're doing rice and beans, definitely. But this, I'm using 3 of these inside of this pre-seasoned meat. Okay, so far I've added just a shake of crushed red peppers. Here's the Maggi. It's a bouillon. Let me see here. It's called Cordo sobre Apoyo. So it's basically a chicken flavored bouillon. So I like to use that. So I'm just gonna break it up in pieces because it's very pasty. Oops. And so we're gonna make sure all the meat is evenly being cooked or stewed, or all the flavor can get into it. See? The flavor is really getting into it. Okay, I just added some tomato paste inside of the pot. See, that's what this reddish consistency is. Okay, instead of adding water, because as you can see, the chicken comes with this. When I was cleaning it, it absorbed a lot of water, so this is water. I'm gonna add chicken broth to this, so I can get stewed. I use, as you can see, it's a reduced sodium. Really, it doesn't taste like it has salt at all, really, but you can use regular chicken broth if you like. I just prefer to use low sodium ingredients because the seasons that we're using has a lot of salt, so I don't need no extra added salt. I love the flavor but not the extra added salt, so I use reduced or no sodium. Now you're gonna need this browning sauce. You can get this at your local Hispanic store, and maybe Publix does have it, but I know Walmart definitely has it. You have to go to the island. Is it ethnic aisle? You got to go to the ethnic aisle where they have the Spanish, the Asian, the Jamaican, and there's one more country, but they put all the foods there, and this is what is going to give your brown stewed chicken its color as it's being all stewed up in a pot. All right, I wasn't satisfied with the amount of onions that I use. I like onions, so I put a little bit more onions.
Hi, Mommy.
And this is my son Isaiah, who is 4 years old, who is aspiring to be a musician / cook. Now this is cilantro, so we're gonna put a couple of branches of that. You make sure you rinse it and put it in there. I'm adding stemmed onions. That takes the flavor a long way and give it an extra kick. And as you can see, you see the browning sauce. The browning sauce has made the chicken nice and browny.
Yeah, it's chicken.
Yeah, it's chickens.
It's burning.
No, it's not burning. It's boiling.
It's boiling.
Yeah. So we're bringing the chicken to a nice boil.
Yeah, a chicken. I went home.
Because my family is really hungry, and in order to do this video, it took some time.
Mommy, I want to cook. I want to cook. I want to cook.
You want to cook?
Yeah.
Well, we gotta wait. We just have to hold on for a minute.
Yeah, I got a knife.
No. Go put that knife back. I'll take care of the dangerous part. Just hold on.
You think that's dangerous?
Yeah.
That is important.
And so once I've added 2 green stem onions. I'm gonna just let it go for a boil. You can stir it up just a little bit to make sure that all your ingredients are being cooked in with the chicken.
What are you cooking?
Ooh, you about to have some tasty chicken. Cause this here, in the words of my daughter Soraya, this is bussin'. Definitely bussin'. Alright. So we will be back with the finished product. Okay, now we're back. I'm gonna do a little twist to this brown stew chicken as it boils. I got Isaiah, who's gonna be my helper. Here, gotta drop it in there. Just drop it in there. Go ahead. We're adding some carrots to carry out a hint of sweet. Just a hint of sweet.
we did.
We did it.
Yeah. That's the pot. It's a pot.
All right.
You make a pot. Let me cook.
Mm.
Let me spin the spoon.
Okay.
Let me.
Wait a minute. Let me get everything first. Okay. So this should be ready soon. But as you can see, what the brown stew chicken look like. It looks very nice. As it simmers, I have food in here for about 6 people, but it's only for 4. Okay. All right, everyone. This is the moment of truth. But this is what we made today. We made brown stew chicken, steamed cabbage with carrots, and we got rice and peas with gravy. So if you guys want this recipe, please inbox me or just comment below, and I'll tell you how to get the recipe to this Caribbean meal. And just please stay tuned. If you like these videos, please subscribe, please like, and please tell your family and friends about this dish. Have a wonderful day, you guys, and stay tuned.